Hey everyone, we are so excited to introduce Charlie Poe and the 728 group. The 728 group, we're so excited to onboard as one of our newest partners to provide coaching and training for all of our clients throughout the company, throughout the country. And Charlie was at our most recent summit. We got to know Charlie and team and interact with them. We're excited about their background and what they have to prepare and share with us. Charlie, I'm going to turn the time over to you and allow you to introduce your business.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Spencer. Well, we're thrilled. We were happy to be at the summit as well and meet you guys. And man, what a cool thing you guys have going there, community. And we really enjoyed meeting you guys, some of your clients and the other preferred partners in the area. So that was awesome. But hey, at 728 Group, at the end of the day, we help high performing business owners, executives, and practice owners to solve a couple of different types of problems, right? And I think what we find after years of business ownership, business owners they find themselves in one of two places. The first one is they're either kind of like stuck in the business, they're constantly in the weeds, putting out fires instead of working on big picture growth. They're the go-to problem solver. Like the team just brings them problems every single day, and they have to solve all of them. They might not have taken a full week of vacation in years. The business falls apart if they're not there, right? So this is what we might archetype as the, shall we say, surviving business owner. And they know that there's a thriving version of what's out there. They see others in their community, like uh, kind of living what appears to be a better life. And they know that something has to change to go from this survival mode to thriving mode. They're just not sure what it is, and they're stuck in the business, so they can't work on the business. And so we really like to work with that type of business owner, that type of practice owner, to help them to grow and scale so they can not only make more money, but more importantly, in our minds, make even more impact both on themselves and their families, their team and all their patients, their customers and clients, and then their community at large. And sometimes that's more like a super global impact that's really cool. So that's one type of business owner that we help. The second type I would call sort of like the successful and bored business owner, right? And sort of like, hey, nothing's wrong with my business right now. Like things are going fine. We're profitable. We're growing 5 to 10% every year. My retirement's on track. My kids' college funds are on track. I have a country club membership that and I play golf twice a week. It's like, and they're sort of find themselves bored and asking the question, is this it? you know? And so when we work with that type of business owner or that type of high performer, what we find is that they're only tapping into 30 to 40% of what they're actually capable of, which is sort of an interesting question. And so we find that the big moves that they were taking early on in their career to get them to this point of success or being the best in their area, the best in their county, the best in their community, has caused them to like almost like contract a little bit, and they're sort of just kind of playing it safe. And so our invitation as a performance coach at that point is like, hey, what else is still out there for you? Like if you really let yourself off the hook and say, what am I not tapping into? There's usually some like additional potential that they're missing out on, right? And so that's another totally interesting conversation to say like, hey, what potential am I still leaving on the table there? And so those are the two major problems that we really help people solve. Again, business owners, executives, practice owners, high performers that just are looking to take things to the next level. Um, one other frame that might be useful to think about how we sort of relate to this is when you own a business, I won't pretend to know more about financial advising than you guys do, but what our experience has been that the business tends to be one of the most valuable assets that's in the overall net worth picture. And so we really are like, hey, if you're to think of your business as an investor, like imagine that it has its own ticker symbol on a stock exchange. Like, would you invest in your business? Like, is your business investable? Not necessarily from a transactional standpoint, but would you invest in your business? Like, is it growing? Is it doing exciting things in the world? Like, would you like, Is it doing cool things the way that like Apple or the Walt Disney Company is? Like, are you like, and is it investable? And if not, then like we'd invite like you actually have, it's one of the most important vehicles you have for growth, because you don't have a heck of a lot of a control of what another company is doing that you're investing in. But if you invest in yourself, your team, your company, there's potential to 10x that thing over a relatively short time horizon. And so we invite that. That's a really important frame to think of it. And so that might be useful for you guys. And we just like to ask that question of how are you growing for maximum profit and also maximum impact, probably even more importantly, because we just view profit as a vehicle for impact. So in short, that's what we help people do. Those investments, look, we know it's important to invest in things like your space, your technology, and all these things. And we work with people that help with those things. But our question at the end of the day is, how are you investing into the people? We really have a lot to do with growth strategy. And then how are you leveraging people to get there? How are you investing in your team? How are you investing in yourself? And the last thing I'll say that might be resonating for your audience is, hey, a lot of the business owners that we tend to work with are professional services. We work with a lot of doctors, a lot of lawyers, even financial advisors, and where they're technically and highly skilled at their craft, like really good at the law, really good at prepping a crown, really good at doing an analysis of mutual funds and whatnot. But when it comes to actual executive skills, leadership skills, these skills, they're skills just like any of these other things that we just named, but people don't think about honing that craft necessarily in the same way. And so that tends to be a gap for a lot of the clients that we end up working with is, hey, how am I showing up as a leader? How am I showing up as an investor in my own business? Do I have growth and scale strategy that's there to help me steward over this asset that I own without sacrificing client care, client service, patient care along the way? We want all the quality of those things to be super high as we grow and scale. So we're not trying to turn people into big corporations either. So that's enough talking by me for now, I think. But but yeah, tell me if you have any other clarifying questions, Spencer, and I'll happy to dive in further.
Man, it's perfect, Charlie. And the different areas of practice, or even some call them different seasons of our clients inside their practice. You touched on them, and we're excited to be partnering with 728 because of your background in working with clients in those seasons. And we have a lot of clients inside those different seasons of their career path and their practice. So what we would like to share with everybody watching is we're excited to be showcasing 728 on some of our upcoming webinar series. We're excited to have Charlie will be on our Facebook Live, and we'll share that with everybody. And you can see both of those videos right here on this site right now. So Charlie, thanks for joining, and we're really looking forward to the partnership in working with you guys and your team.
Beautiful. Thanks, Spencer. Talk soon.